our need assessment and usability evaluation project this semester, our group studied the Ann Arbor Learning Community's website. The AALC is a charter school who are interested in better understanding how parents of AALC students are using the school's website and how the website could be improved. The website contains information about the AALC's history and policies, administrative information about the budgets and the school board, an overview of the curriculum, the school's calendar and handbook, and the registration and enrollment forms. The site is designed for a diverse audience and is intended both to inform and assist parents of current students and to provide an introduction to the school for the parents of prospective students. They were particularly interested in evaluating and improving their online enrollment and registration process. Our research consisted of the following 6 stages.
First, we created an interaction map of the site to help us get an overall understanding of its structure and components. Second, we conducted 5 interviews with parents, both of current AALC students and of students from other schools. We then did a comparative evaluation of how other school websites were designed and structured. For this, we compared the AALC to the following organizations: the Hebrew Day School, the Leslie Science and Nature Center, South Harbor Charter Academy, the Children's Creative Center, Cranbrook Schools, Mitchell Elementary School, Honey Creek School, Tappan Middle School, and St. Joseph Preparatory School. As you may have noticed, we explored not only other elementary and middle school sites, but also those of daycares and camps. Like the AALC, these organizations also used online registration and had calendars and information about their curriculums, making them valuable examples for how the AALC might improve its own site. Fourth, we conducted surveys with parents or guardians of AALC students to further explore the ideas we found during our interviews and to test if our interview participants' experiences were in fact representative of AALC site users. While we were conducting our survey, members of the team also conducted a heuristic evaluation of the site. We made a list of criteria, our heuristics, with which to evaluate the site. We then went through the site individually, identified whether it met the criteria, and noted any other potential problems that we saw. Finally, we conducted 5 usability tests with parents, again with both parents of AALC students and students from other schools. For our usability tests, we asked parents to complete 5 tasks using the AALC website. We then observed them to see what tasks they found easy to complete and which were more difficult, as well as asking participants to complete a pre- and post-questionnaire about their experiences. Each of these research methods produced different sets of findings and different areas of improvement for the site. However, several themes and findings kept reappearing throughout the entire process.
Part 2. Findings and Recommendations. Here are our 3 top findings and recommendations. These 3 issues came up most frequently in our reports as the most urgent issues to address. They are ranked here by urgency. Finding 1. Users tended to be confused by the difference between the concepts of registration and enrollment. This problem was highlighted in 3 of our research reports, in interviews, surveys, and usability tests. We were first made aware of users' confusion over the 2 terms during our user interviews. The scope of this problem was reinforced in the survey, in which a majority of respondents said that they were confused about the difference between enrollment and registration. Finally, our usability tests also demonstrated users' confusions and difficulties. We asked participants to identify the number of forms they would need to complete to register a new student, and then to actually complete the enrollment form. However, some identified the one enrollment form when asked how many forms were needed for registration, and then sometimes filled out the registration forms instead of the enrollment forms for that task. As a usability issue that creates risk for incorrect submissions and additional office follow-up, this was the most urgent issue that we found throughout the course of our research. Our recommendation: to change the enrollment link in the site's navigation bar to About Enrollment and Registration. Why? This page should explain the differences between the 2 actions and serve as the heading above enrollment in the website's navigation bar. Currently, the enrollment page that is available in the website's navigation bar contains a link to a Google form to enroll a child. This page should still exist, but should be renamed to Enroll Your Student, to mirror the language of Register Your Student, also in the nav bar. And it should be placed lower in the menu so that parents who are new to performing these actions will likely click About Enrollment and Registration first. This intentional placement of an explanation of these 2 processes should reduce user confusion and entry mistakes.
Finding 2. The AALC's website calendar does not provide enough information or flexibility. Currently, the AALC lists upcoming events on their website and has a PDF version of the complete calendar on the site. While doing our comparative evaluation, we noticed that many of the other schools used Google Calendars to display school events. Further issues were identified in our usability test, in which users were asked to find the dates of the next school board meetings. While the upcoming event listed on the homepage tended to be easy for participants to find, they also sometimes lack information and times for the event, which forced participants to then go searching for the necessary information. Participants also noted that there was not really any information about or descriptions of the events on the calendar. As the website's most frequently used feature, the calendar's lack of important information and industry-standard functionality makes this the second most urgent finding encountered during our research. Our recommendation? Google Calendar integration. Why? Google Calendar integration is offered by all the public schools in the Ann Arbor district, along with the direct competitor Honey Creek Community School. This integration would allow the event page on the Ann Arbor Learning Community website to be more legible with color coding to help a user better understand what an event is. Green for breaks and early releases, blue for school events like Pajama Day, etc. Google Calendar allows for multiple views to fit the tastes of individual users, allowing for a weekly, monthly, and list view. Each of the events on the calendar can be clicked to provide more detail about the event and can be copied to a user's own calendar, in which reminders can be set. Google Calendar also provides the ability to print a paper copy of the calendar, which can then be posted in the home. And finally, the flexibility of Google Calendar allows for recurring events to be created for meetings that happen on a regular basis, such as the PTSO meetings. We feel that these benefits combined will make for an experience that fits the needs of more users and decreases effort on maintenance.
Our third finding was that the AALC site lacks detailed information about the school's curriculum and academics that prospective parents are looking for. This issue also appeared as a key finding in 3 of our research reports. This was an issue that first came up in our interviews, with participants saying that they wished there was more information about classes on the website. In our comparative evaluation, we found that several other schools had more in-depth information about their curriculums on their websites, often combined with information about teachers. In our surveys, participants also responded, when given the option to select what they would like to see on the AALC website, that they would like to see more detailed information about classes and what makes the school's curriculum unique. While this issue covers new scope for the website, the frequency with which we were told this was a desired feature makes it number 3 in our top 3 most urgent issues found during this semester-long project. Our recommendation is to make augmentation of the school's website an assignment for a middle school class. While we were tempted to suggest that teachers create web pages that highlighted assignments, activities, and teaching style because of their direct involvement in curriculum creation, asking teachers to create their own web pages when they do a significant amount of work outside of the classroom would be a hard sell. Instead, if an older group of children, such as the 8th grade class, were tasked with collecting information about teachers, in-class projects, and curriculum of each grade, and created web pages that link directly from the AALC website's navigation bar, feedback from the survey could be directly addressed, teachers would not be put in a position to do more work outside of class, and the assignment itself could serve as an example of how the AALC promotes hands-on learning and applied real-life skills.
One thing that we would really like to work on in the future is obtaining a broader and more diverse set of users for interviews and usability tests. We understand that parents are very busy and are thankful to both the AALC for helping with outreach and the parents who took part in our studies. One way to fix our recruitment problem for future study may be to incentivize the studies with a small gift card to Target or Amazon. A further interesting group would be the population that the AALC serves most, the children. It would be interesting to see how the children interact with the website, what they might want to see implemented into the website, and how that affects the relationship that parents have with the website. In sum, for improving the usability of the AALC website, we will suggest 3 major changes: changing the structure and the design of the enrollment and registration sections, adding more information to the school calendar, supplementing the existing information about the curriculum with more detail about the school's academics. Thank you.